have it. Tonight is our Qimen Whispers. Still, I'm very happy with Wendy when she calls this series Qimen Whispers, because I like it, right? Because we do it at night. So to me, it's really like, okay, let me whisper to you the secrets of what Qimen is. Okay. But also because Qimen itself is really about ancient secrets, right? Ancient secrets that is in the olden days, in ancient China, is not whispered to anyone else other than the emperor or the royal household. Okay, but now we're going to make public some of these amazing things that we learn about Qimen. Okay, and what we will be talking about are things that's very applicable to our modern day, our modern day society. So we want to make it as easy for you to apply some of these Qimen tactics as possible. Okay, if you were to go back and read up on the traditional text on Qimen, most of you I know don't really read Mandarin, okay, or neither is your commander of Mandarin of a certain level, because it's really not easy to decipher what is being said in the ancient text, in the traditional text. Okay, so what we are doing, hoping to achieve in this Qimen Whisper series, is to take out little bits of gold nuggets here and there and to share it with you guys. All right. So Qimen is always my favorite. You guys know that. Okay. I live and breathe Qimen itself. Okay. So Qimen Destiny Chart, and you will need that today, basically will just tell you the best version of yourself. All right. Qimen Destiny Chart will tell you what is the best version of yourself. But apart from looking at just the Destiny Chart, we know that Qimen itself is a map of time, energy, and space. All right. At different segments of time, there is different kind of energies that's prevailing at all time. All right. But when we go back to the Destiny Chart, we're literally talking about what is within us, what is gifted to us at birth, and how we subconsciously, would have this energy within us. So the earlier you know about your subconscious ability and talents, the quicker you are able to tap into it, connect with your higher self, and work miracles along the way throughout the journey, throughout your life journey. Okay, so let me just get started. Today, I'm going to blow this up to full screen, and I won't be looking at the chat. So subsequently, if there's any more questions, I will finish the session and go into the chat itself. All right, so if you have not already followed me on social media, you can search for me really easily. My handle will be So Wow Erica. You can look for me in Instagram, on Facebook. I have 2 profiles on Facebook. So some of you have written to me, drop me messages and ask me, are both of them legitly you? Yes, one is my private Facebook profile. The other one is actually a public page. So private Facebook profile, I don't accept friend requests anymore. So please follow me in my page, because some of the things I want to keep just amongst my friends, right? Some of the things I love to share, I'll put it onto Facebook. And of course, the YouTube channel is up, okay? So the handle is there as well. So just search for So Wow Erica and you would be able to look for me very easily in any of the social media platform, including TikTok as well. I've been experimenting with videos and thoroughly enjoying it. Today, you will surely need to plot your destiny chart, right? As with other days as well, but of all the days, today you need to plot your destiny chart. There are 2 options available here, okay? We, of course, strongly would suggest that you use the Easy app, right? You can download the Intuitive app onto your phone, right? It's a superb app. You can just scan the QR code here, download it. There's a free version. You're able to plot your destiny chart really easily. So it gives you your Bata and your Qimen destiny chart as well. The other one that I grew up, I call it grew up using, would be, of course, the one from Joey Yap Academy. There is a free version called the Qimen Explorer Plotter. You can access it with this link. Okay, fantastic, because that's the one that I grew up using. I grew up as in my Qimen journey. Okay, so you do need to plot your destiny chart for today. At the very least, you need to know your guardian deity. You need to know where your destiny palace is. And if you want to add in a little bit more layer, know where is your wealth palace and where is your career palace. Okay, because today what I would be sharing about is really about happy money. So happy money, we're talking about money, we're talking about wealth. So every other aspect, we don't really want to, not that we don't want to look at it, but it's not the topic for discussion today. So look for your wealth palace, your career palace, and also your destiny palace. So these three palaces, if you do not already know where it is. So today's agenda, we're going to be talking really about Qimen and money, okay? Happy money and my roadmap to US 100K. USD 100K. How many of you want to know my roadmap to how I get my first 100K? Yes, I can see. Anyway, let's go on, okay? But that's today's agenda. This is going to be what we'll be talking about. All right. I love this quote. The money you make is a symbol of the value you create. The money you make is a symbol of the value you create. I once attended just not too long ago because I'm always on a journey of self-improvement. So when it comes to Qimen, I want to hear what different masters actually talk about Qimen, because different gurus, different masters will have their different interpretation of Qimen. Right? So there was this one time, I don't know if I shared it with you guys before, I attended a 3-day Qimen session with this teacher, with this master from China. And during the very first session, he actually asked this question. You know, he asked the audience, how many of you have already earned $1 million, as in 1,000,000 yuan, just using Qimen, since you studied Qimen? And to his surprise, not many people actually raised their hands, or not many people actually said yes. And he said, if you have not already earned 1,000,000 yuan after studying Qimen for at least 3 years, then there must be something you don't know or something you are not doing it right. And so that really got me thinking. That really got me thinking, you know, what exactly is it that some people, right, would have used Qimen and get their 100K so easily, right, or their 1 million yuan so easily, and why is it that some people struggle with it? Why is it that some people struggle with it? So some of you would have heard my very origin story when I was very broke back in 2020. When I barely had $3,000 in my bank account, right? And my whole China venture actually has to close down because of COVID. I wasn't able to go back, right? And how I was only left with 3,000. And how did I use that $3,000 and use Qimen to get my first 100K in my weight loss business? So how did I manage to do that? And yet, why is it that some people who have been learning and practicing Qimen and are still in this circle that they can't break out of because they are still in financial difficulty? So I shared in a post as well in Meta Abundance. I love to share my insights, and you know, some of you know that I'm very vulnerable. I can be very raw because I want you guys to know that, you know, as your mentor, as your coach, I've been through it as well. So I know what some of you are actually feeling. I know exactly what is it that you guys are feeling, and how is it, you know, that most of you don't even see the light at the end of the tunnel. But trust me, at least on one thing, okay? The energy of abundance, energy of money does not discriminate at all. It doesn't even matter what Bazi chart you are born with, what Qimen chart you are actually born with. The energy of money does not discriminate at all. It's just whether you have the ability to tap into what it requires. So if everything you can't remember that, at least remember this quote. The money you make is actually a symbol of the value you create, not only to yourself, to the people around you, to the audience that you're serving, the market that you are serving. It's also to the whole global as its own collective consciousness. Okay, so that is one point that I want to reiterate, right? And of course, if you follow me on my journey, then you would hear me sharing more and more tips on how I actually consider myself a master manifester. Okay, I actually consider myself a master manifester in that sense, all right? So let's go on. You will hear me talk about this over and over again, and I will keep reiterating it over and over again until you are able to commit it to literally your muscle memory. So when it comes to Qimen, right, we always talk about the four realms. There is Tin, Dei, Yan, and San. Right? All the gurus will talk about this. All right, Tin, Dei, Yan, and San. The universe, the heaven, the earth, and the man realm. At its highest level, of course, the universe, we call that pure intelligence. We call that God. We call that the great divine, right? And that is that area where if we tap into, we start getting inspirations coming in. Okay? Heaven is the next realm. It's what governs our thoughts. Okay, when you start having that kind of inspiration, what thoughts does it generate in your mind? So it is at this part where mindset is really important. Okay, so if your mindset is very negative, you're very stuck in this heaven realm. So your thoughts doesn't allow you to feel good about what you're thinking. All right, then the earth realm is where the emotions come in. Okay, if you don't feel good about it, what kind of actions will you eventually take? You would always be taking actions based on fear, based on negativity, based on victim mentality, based on being a complainer. Okay, so this is how the four realms actually are, right? The universe governs your inspiration, the heaven governs your thoughts, earth governs your emotions, and emotions lead to the man realm, which governs the action that leads to the outcome. So if you want to reverse engineer it, always look for the outcome that you want that's going to give you the happy emotions that would generate good thoughts, and then look for the inspiration. You can kind of like reverse engineer it if you want to. But using this four steps, these four realms, you are able to really identify for yourself where exactly are you stuck? Where exactly are you stuck? And if you were to talk about having these four areas aligned in a Qimen chart, right? It literally just means that when you look at the Qimen chart, you choose all the elements that is meant for you to use. You layer them one on top of the other. I'm going to give you an example in a while. Okay, so alignment at the basic level is this. Okay, you want all these four realms to be aligned. And for beginners, right, to start off with, if you're a beginner watching this, you can type beginner there so that I know, who is a beginner in Qimen. If you're a veteran, please type veteran. If you are already a master or sifu and already coaching people, or you're a Qimen consultant, please type consultant as well, so that at least I know, who are the people that's actually watching this session with me. Okay, so when we start off, I like to always address the universe realm. Why? Because the universe realm is the realm where we call it the spirit realm. Okay, so each one of us, when we are born, we're literally born with a time map. So in your destiny chart, you would already know what is your subconscious like. So we call that deities, okay, because in ancient Chinese texts, they would call them deities. Nothing to do at all with God or spirits. They're not any kind of a being, but they're really just energy. But in the ancient days, they call them gods. They call everything gods. They call the stars gods anyway, because it sounds good in poems. It sounds good in songs. Okay, so these 10 deities, right? One of them would specifically reign in your destiny palace. That is kind of like your cave, right? Your power cave, your cave to recharge, or your Aladdin's cave where all your treasures and your jewels are. So each one of us are under the guidance of at least one at birth, which we can connect with, okay? But at the point that you are born, there are also 7 others that you can tap into. All right, there's also 7 other deities that you can tap into. All right, and the other 2 that you can't tap into, then probably they will visit you during the year, depending, right, or during the month, right, depending whether you have access to them, or the month, or they could visit you in the day, or they could visit you at your cave in the hour. Could be anything like that. I'm not going to go deep into it because you guys, those of you who are in the Zoom room, right, you have access to our membership site, so you would be able to watch previous recordings on when I go deep into the 10 deities. But for the purpose of this session, I'm just going to go through really quickly. There's actually 10 of them, 5 on the yang side, 5 on the yin side. So there's neither good, neither bad. Okay, it's just different polarities. So they have their different abilities. So because today we're going to be talking about money, right? We're going to be talking about wealth. We're going to be talking about money. So specifically, how can all these 10 deities relate to money? Because you do know that some of them are not specifically there meant for income generating or meant for wealth generating. That's only what you think, right? But the way you can tap into it and the way you can actually command it, you can make it in such a way that these different deities can bring forth to you wealth and money in various ways. So let's see how they can do it. Okay. So starting with the chief. Chief, of course, as we know, chief is the head of the pack. He's called the guardian of the whole pack, right? Of all the deities. So he is of power. He is of justice. He is the utmost nobleman anybody can have. So if you have the chief as your guardian deity, what can you ask from the chief with regard to wealth and money? There's a lot of things. You can always ask the chief, please send me people who are able to offer me. There's an open mic, please, if you can, yeah. Mute yourself first, right? So you can always ask the chief, right, to send me people who I can help and who can help me in return to achieve certain monetary goals. All right, and the chief will send you to that. But the one thing you want to remember about the chief is that the chief is always about serving a higher purpose. So your end result has got to be tied to a certain higher purpose. Okay, like for example, serving my family, serving my child, serving my tribe. Right, it has to be of a higher purpose. So you can always ask the chief to do that for you. So the chief may not drop you bags of money like that. I don't think any one of them do. Maybe only the surging snake. But the chief can surely get you whatever you ask for. So ask for help. Ask for noble people to bring you opportunities. Right. These are the things that the chief can actually do for you. Night Earth is, of course, what we call the god of wealth. All right, but I find Night Earth energy much slower because it's about accumulating, right? It's about nurturing. The greatness of Night Earth is about coming in together and literally nurturing and accumulating your money. So if you're thinking of like an instant thing to help you get out of a financial difficulty, Night Earth may not be, although I may have to qualify myself because personally, when I started using Qimen, I used Night Earth for wealth generation. But mind you, it was over a period of 6 months of very intentional manifesting, very intentional working and taking actions that got me there. Okay, so Night Earth may not throw you instant opportunities, but Night Earth is able to give you that energy, right, to start accumulating and building up your wealth. Okay, so six harmony, as we say, governs relationship, governs people. So, what can you ask six harmony to bring to you? Surely, six harmony can bring you people who are able to do the work for you and give you money making opportunities, right? So this is how we can actually use all the different deities. They don't necessarily be the one that's going to give you the money making opportunity, but six harmony can bring you to a tribe of people that's able to give you, or have somebody make the money for you. You know, leverage on other people's platform, people's product, people's service, people's time, people's money, right? Six harmony energy can do that. Okay, the great moon. The great moon is, of course, the god of knowledge, the god of wisdom. All right, so it's infused with a lot of profound kind of knowledge, but it is also very secretive. Okay, so if you have the guardian great moon in your destiny, or if you have it in either your career or your wealth palace, then your money making opportunity is literally asking the great moon to show you how you can use knowledge, all right, to generate money, because you already have that wisdom. You're just not quite connected to it yet. Because you can ask the great moon to show you, right, the way to do so. The wisdom and the knowledge will come from you, or you will be guided to perhaps a framework that's able to, guide you to generating money. So that's how you can use the great moon. Okay, the nine heavens, of course, the god of visionary, right? It's vision is all about making what you envision coming to fruition in real life. Okay, so the nine heavens capacity, really, at the end of the day, it's a need for you to literally tap into your mind frame, right, on how your future, when you have money or when you are out of your financial debt, when you are abundantly blessed with money, right? How do you see yourself then? How do you feel yourself then? Okay, so you need to have that picture in your mind. Perhaps you can see smiling faces, everybody happy. You bringing your family out on a holiday, or you buying your first property, and everyone's gathering together. You have to see that in your mind. Okay, so the nine heavens can help you in that way. The surging snake, I would say, will be one of the most effective one to use when it comes to looking for money-making opportunities. Because why? The surging snake is what we call the god of environment, the god of elements. All right, so surging snake can shift environment, can shift elements to your favor. And surging snake is very good for finding things, finding opportunities, finding money, finding people that can lead you to earning money. Okay, so always ask the surging snake for that money making opportunities. The snake will find you those opportunities. The red phoenix is another one that is very easy to use, although most people can't control this energy, because the red phoenix is fiery, it's fast, it has to be angry, in a way, before what it says or what it writes out can materialize. Okay, so if someone is to make you angry, then you should use your red phoenix energy and say, tomorrow I will get this $10,000 money making opportunity. something like that. Instead of using your gift to curse people, you use your gift to bless yourself. Okay, so the red phoenix can literally ask for it or write it out, but it needs that fiery energy in order to get that to happen. All right, so that is something to take note of, right? Guide the inner demons. Guide the inner demons of a red phoenix properly, okay, so that you can put it to good use. The grappling hook energy is something that is very, very difficult to explain. So for some of you who have grappling hook as your guardian deity, it's very difficult to kind of like explain how you can use the hook energy, because the hook energy is exactly what we call DNA information or Akashic record. It has information from the past, the present, and the future. So if you were to have if you have this grappling hook as your guardian deity, or in your wealth palace, or in your career palace, how can you actually use it for money purpose? Okay, I would say a good thing to know is firstly learn how to connect with the hook. Right? Because once you're connected with the hook energy, you can literally gain and download information about another person or a situation, okay, or a situation. So it's very easy if you are already a walking grappling hook, right? It's very easy for you to actually channel back to the past, right, or talk to some ancestral in your lineage that was successful before, and to see what a wealthy person trait is like, and then you can literally activate that DNA within you, right, to go on this path of wealth accumulation. So the hook, you can use that either within you in your own ancestral lineage, or if you are high level enough, when you're talking to someone, you can literally tap into their DNA and their way of thinking as well. Okay, you can also use that energy to kind of like channel and see, what is it that the market wants, right? The DNA of I would say the energy roadmap of the market that you're serving. Okay, white tiger itself is of course again another one that is not easy to control, because it's fast, it's fury, it's courageous. So it's very useful when you have opportunities and you're afraid, right, to pick up that opportunity. Then the white tiger is good to come in as a push for you to literally lead to the next level of success. So I like to use the white tiger. So always ask the white tiger for not only the courage, but the resilience and the tenacity to not only start, but to continue and to complete. Starting something is not going to get you to your end result if you don't have the momentum and if you don't finish. Okay, so all goals, right? We are fantastic with launching our campaign and say, I'm going to start on this. But what about the momentum to get you going? And the final leap to the end point is where you need the courage of the white tiger. Okay, so that is how you can use the white tiger energy. And of course, the black tortoise, okay? The black tortoise is this deity of what we call intuition. He's like what I call the Sith Lord, right? He's able to bend reality, to change the mind of some person, right? To make something conventional become unconventional. So the black tortoise has very similar energies to the surging snake. I believe so, because I use I tap into both the surging snake energy and the black tortoise energy very seamlessly. Okay, so the black tortoise can convince people, all right, can understand what people are thinking. So with that, you can actually ask to see, what is it that my market wants? Tap into that information. What is it that my competitor is thinking? Tap into that using your black tortoise energy. This is what the black tortoise can do. So again, how do we use this? Or of course, the one that you are gifted with at birth in your destiny palace, that guardian deity of yours that has got the strongest connection to you. So it's like learning your mother tongue first. So you learn to speak the language of your guardian deity first. And then the next thing I would be concerned about, because we're talking about money, then the wealth palace, and then subsequently, of course, the career palace. Of course, with regard to all the other palaces, right, you can use what I have described to you earlier on and see how it actually applies to all the other palaces that you have, whether it's relationship, whether it's your wellness, whether it's about your knowledge palace or the other palace. So you can actually do that. All right. Okay. So when it comes to a Qimen chart, then when we talk about the money elements in the Qimen chart, at the universal level, that's the level where miracles happen, that's the god of wealth sits there. Okay, so the deity that governs that energy is actually Night Earth. All right, so it governs that inspirational realm. Okay, at the heaven realm, what governs it is actually the heavenly ambassador. Okay, heavenly ambassador. And in the earth realm, right, the emotions part, the life door is the one that governs it. And in the man realm, the earth, the stem, okay, is the one that governs cash. We literally refer to as the cash flow itself. Okay, so when you look at the Qimen chart and you're looking for wealth opportunities, then these are the four elements really that you want to be looking for. So when we talk about aligning it so that we can generate income, or we align it so that we can accumulate wealth, right? Ideally, what does that mean? It means that at different levels, all these should at least meet. Correct? So you should at least have like the Night Earth with the ambassador, then okay, money making opportunity seems like much more enhanced. Okay, if the life door is there, fantastic. If the earth is there, that's it. Definitely, the elements are all in your favor when it comes to money. Okay, so if you want to bring it to the next level, so as advanced practitioner, what we often do is we will layer the year chart with the month chart and then the day chart, and then subsequently look for the hour. That can be very, very tedious. Okay, so alternatively, right, this is the main thing that we would do, okay, to find the most favorable sector to use. But no matter what, even if I were to tell you, there are always other considerations that would come into play. What other considerations? Because when it comes to date selection criteria, there is a lot of school of thoughts. A lot of school of thoughts. Okay, first thing we'll think about is, of course, the day of officer. What is a day officer in place? Okay, what does Dong Hong say about today and things like that. So there's a lot of consideration, but because we are here on the Qimen journey, so I want to show you in Qimen how it is you can use these charts, even though you don't give extreme. I must be a little bit subtle in the way I say it, but I would say that let's just say that because we are here talking about Qimen, all right, and so at your level, what is easy for you to do, that is easy for you to actually align, is just to make sure that you have at least these four elements. So what I did was to use the Intuchi app. So mine is actually the Ultimate Pro version. So the Ultimate Pro version gives me selection criteria. So if you look at it, right, say for example, we are going into October. So we look at 10th of October, then this hour itself, the sector being south, so south will be behind you from 1700 to 1900. You look at the hour, you literally have the four elements of wealth sitting in there, right? So if this looks good, then the next thing you want to consider, if you want to go one more advanced level, is the day actually good? So you want to look at the day Qimen chart and see, what does this actually mean, right? Is it something that you can use? Right? Is it something that you can use? And then you can look at also the month. chart, right? In this case, we have the layering of both the heaven energy and the life door itself. So it seems like not too bad. I think it's actually quite a good timing to do certain tactical execution if you want to. Right, certain money generating activities that you want to. If you're going to be launching a campaign, then I suggest that you want to look into the day energy, because a launch program, or if you're going to be starting a new business or something, it requires more than just that hour, that 2 hour period. Then the day may not be. But then again, if you know how to use this energy, then fantastic. So I would say that these are relatively good timings if you want to tap into what I call the wealth elements in Qimen itself. So 24th October, really, really nice, right? Because the rating is 91, so it's quite good. There is also 1st of November, okay? Take note, the sector will be southwest, all right? Between 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., okay? This hour looks relatively good, right? You've got all of them within the chart itself. 9th of November, south, rating is about 73, looks like this. And Thursday, 23rd November, Northeast, rating 91%. And you have this really quite beautiful energy here. Although there are other considerations, because I generally don't like to advise you to use the Tao level, because it's quite hard for you starting out to actually tap into a Tao energy. But if you're going to be doing activities, right, for revenue generating, then by all means just go ahead. So these are some of the useful times that we have selected here for you guys. Okay, let me have a pause. All right, so let's quickly go on to the next part. I want to talk a little bit about this. We're going to be we're going to be having our Happy Money Bootcamp, 30th September to 1st October. We're trying to get a very good timing whereby everyone can actually attend. Registration has already been sent out to you guys, so please click on it and say that you would like and register to attend. Okay, this version is going to be very much different from what we did the last time. So there's going to be entirely new segments in there. I'm going to be calling it Happy Money, the Sage Path to Money Bliss. Okay, so we're going to be putting in new materials that we did not get to go through the last time. Okay, and some of the old stuff we might keep, but most of it we're going to be revamping the whole 2 days boot camp. It's going to be for at least 6 hours, so please be very prepared. Okay, please reschedule your timing so that you can actually attend this. You're not going to regret it. All right, so these are for our our Destiny Designer members. Those of you who are watching it on Facebook Live, then we will be having this most likely open to only in Matter Abundance group, okay? Only to you guys in Matter Abundance group. So I wouldn't be putting it out publicly, only to people in Matter Abundance group, okay? So watch our space for more information when we roll up, when we finalize the timing. We just want to make sure that all our members who are our first priority can actually come for this thing, okay? How many of you actually enjoyed the last Happy Money Bootcamp? Yes, Pingxi, you did? You enjoyed it, right? Okay, I hope your Happy Money account is flourishing. After what we did in the bootcamp, I don't know. I want to hear your share during the bootcamp. Okay, after that the last Happy Money Bootcamp, right? What's happening to your Happy Money account? Okay, let's see. Okay, this is going to be exciting. So I want to share a little bit more. So today's session, just to talk a little bit about what exactly is Happy Money, because this I have not really shared outside from the group. So let me just go on to talking about Happy Money just a little bit. Okay, happy money is money that is happily spent, happily received, happily kept, and happily grow. Remember, you want to spend the money, receive the money, keep the money, and grow the money. So that cycle is that. All right. So to be honest, I didn't even know that there are books written on happy money. So I was first introduced to the concept of money by this mentor of mine. He's called Aditya Nawami, right? He's a German. Back in 2018, every time he runs his 30 Days Abundance Challenge, I will attend it. And he will always make us do the ritual of receive, keep, grow. Okay, but then throughout my way of thinking, I believe that to really start off with, we must happily send out this energy, which is to spend it first, right? To give that value to someone else, spend it first before it can come back to us, before we can keep it, before we can eventually grow it. So that concept to me is, of course, what happy money is. So in my journey of spiritual cultivation, especially when I was studying Qimen, then I started to think a lot about the philosophy behind it. And I want to, because like I say, at the end of the day, Qimen is really an experimental or an evidential outcome kind of a art. So you use the energy and then you see what kind of results you get. So whenever money comes into me, and I realized it, in fact, today, of all days, I realized it. When these money energies that I'm tapping into, whenever I feel the joy and bliss in spending the money returns back to me really, really quickly. Okay, so why do I say today of all day? So I was with my son at lunch today, and we were enthusiastically talking, and he was telling me he's returning to Dublin in a couple of days' time, and he was telling me that last night he booked his air ticket to take a short holiday in Poland. Okay, at the end of the year, right? So he has been with me the last 1-2 months for his holiday, and he was also doing 1 month of elective in Singapore. So he told me that he booked it and that he has exhausted his euros in his bank account. And because I was happy at that moment, right, with him creating memories, we were having my favorite polo bun and iced coffee. I said, okay, mom will send you money now. And I did that on the spot. I literally transferred some euro currency into his bank account, right? Without any burden and without any sort of consideration. Like, I wouldn't say things like, wow, you should think of saving and I'll go for holiday. I didn't. I was just very glad that and grateful that, the first thought is I want him to really enjoy it without any form of burden. And so I sent that to him. I gifted it to him because the act of gift is something that is so beautiful. The energy of gift is something that is so beautiful because when you do it joyfully and happily, it will come back to you and will come back to you in many, many folds. So I did that without thinking much. We enjoyed our lunchtime and everything. And when I got home, I actually had a call. Someone called me and said, I heard about your weight loss program, and I spoke to him for a little while, and in less than 15 minutes, right, he had signed on to my program for weight loss. And that would have entailed that he's giving me an opportunity to serve him, to help him find his way back to health, and transacted the money that I had happily given out just a couple of hours ago. And so then I had to think about it, since today we are talking about happy money, right? So always, arigato your money, like Ken Honda would say. So I have to read out about Ken Honda's book right now, that I know that he is the author behind Happy Money itself. So what does he actually advocate? Right, you have to cultivate a series of harmonious energies with money, because you need to be appreciate and thankful that money opportunities are there for you, and that it will come when you ask for it, whether consciously or subconsciously ask for it. So I urge all of you who are watching, whether you are in the Zoom, over Facebook Live, or even in YouTube, right? If you're paying bills, you have to pay bills, do you dread doing it? The moment you stop that dreadful feeling, right, and be thankful that you have the resources to pay for it, that is when the universe acknowledges the happy money being there. Okay, so it's just like when I first started my weight loss business, right? I didn't have any money with me. So what did I do? I happily every day packed lunch, went to my sister's office, right? I did some freelance work. She gave me some money from doing that work. And then when I was serious about building my weight loss business, right, I was resourceful enough to discuss with her. And then she offered me, right, a loan to do it. So it's never about what you have or don't have. Never about what you don't have, right? So not the resources that you have or not have, but how resourceful you are at the end of the day to be able to get what you want, okay? So money itself is, again, like a form of exchange. It is an energy, we know that. So happy money is money that you say, for example, you used to help a struggling family member, like my sister when she helped me, right? That would have been happy money, because it was done with love. It was done with hope, was giving hope to someone else, okay? Receiving money for the things that you love doing, right? This is very important, and I want to share with you guys a very happy news later, right? It's just like me, I'm very excited. You all can feel my happiness when you come to me and tell me all your wins, whether your wins are big or whether your wins are small, and how your life has changed, things like that. These are my happiness, okay? So I love what I'm doing, okay? And so that is happy money, right? Getting value and money terms from what I love doing, right? I invest in a course to learn something. So each time there is a program that I feel I really need to join in to upskill myself, I'm always very excited signing up and looking forward to when it starts. So it has to be like that, okay? Or when you raise funds, right, to donate for a global cause. Like when Wendy and I do the 5-day challenge, we collect that $17 from you guys, right? And we donated that happily away to Young Living Foundation. That's what we love, right? Unhappy money, right? Because yin and yang of everything. Unhappy money, on the other hand, is when you have to steal for money, when you have to cheat for money, when you shortchange people for that money, when you get a payout from a ugly breakup, or for example, if you receive an inheritance. These are what we call unhappy money. Or if you take a salary from, say, for example, a job that you don't like, you detest, and every day you're dreading going to work. These are all unhappy money, okay? So happy money, right? The concept of it, always remember there is a corresponding part to the other side of it. So always embrace, right, the whole concept of what happy money is. All right. When the ugly part comes up, when the dreadfulness comes in, you can't stop it at all when it comes, right? Just do not dwell on it. Embrace it and let it go and say, thank you very much. You're not serving me. I recognize you. I acknowledge you. Please go. When you have that kind of emotions. Okay, so this is what I would term happy money energy. Okay, all right. So watch this video.
We get the Phoenix Club Award. All right, can we give it up for Erica? This is your award for you.
How many of you know that I received an award last weekend from my mentor? She celebrated me during a 3-day boot camp for reaching 100K in my coaching as a Chinese metaphysics destiny coach. So I want to share that with you guys because it's all because of you guys, right? You give me the passion, you give me the spark of inspiration to actually do that. That's not my first award, okay? She would have awarded me earlier on already for my weight loss program, but this time she wanted to recognize me for the continuous effort that I'm actually doing with regard to guiding you all on this journey. So that is happy money. Are you guys seeing it? That is happy money. So I want you guys to go and find that happy money. Right? You need to know what money is to you first. You need to know what constitutes your happy money. And then you will want to go and get it for yourself. So thank you very much. I wanted to share that with you guys. Right? And that would have been a good example what happy money is. Okay. How many of you want to hear my roadmap on how I got to 100K? How many of you want to hear that roadmap? Okay, let me share that with you. Okay, how I got to 100K. So this is the next part of it. Okay, this is my roadmap to 100K. I'm going to be sharing it here in public, all right? But during the bootcamp, I will really go into details on the whole blueprint itself. Okay, so those of you who is coming for the bootcamp, you're going to be getting this, all right? And I feel this is gold. I feel this is going to be gold for a lot of you. That's going to motivate you. So my roadmap to 100K, at the end of the day, did I just base it on Qimen wishing, or did I just base it on 八字, or knowing what is my clash, what is my harm, what is my punishment? No, there is so much more than that. Okay, so these are the points that I felt were very crucial, right, on my roadmap to 100K. So this is what it is. Firstly, 八字 analysis. I think that is really the first thing that changed me throughout. Ironically, isn't it? Because you are supposed to know who you are, right? But when you know what your 八字 is, you know what your potential is, you know what is the energy roadmap ahead, you are just so excited every day because that is where you want to be heading, right? If challenges come my way, clashes come my way, I take it. If there's going to be punishment, I do my spiritual cultivation, right? So that's right, very, very crucial. 八字 analysis. I'll go into surely much more details when we're doing it in the bootcamp, okay? Goal setting. Do you even know what you want to achieve? 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? This is something that I always emphasize with you guys. And that's why the monthly strategizing meeting, we want to know, did you achieve what you say you were going to be achieving? Right? Goal setting, very, very important. And of course, my strategies using Qimen, okay? The Qimen energies itself, my long-term strategy, my mid-term strategy, my monthly strategy, and then tactical using Qimen. Tactical what? My daily activities, what should I be doing this hour? Okay, I see that at 3 p.m. formations looks good. Please get my content post out, right? Things like that. Tactical usage of the Qimen energies, all right? And knowing that is not going to help if I don't implement and I don't have an action plan. Okay, so implementation, action, very important. And after doing that, you always need to review and make adjustments. And along the way, you're going to be disappointed. Along the way, you're going to be excited. Along the way, you're going to be finding more and more challenges coming your way. So, what is important? Again, back to mindset and your spiritual cultivation. Because we know business is actually a spiritual game, and you can only be as good. Your business can only be as good as what you are right now. So until you level up, your business can't level up. Okay, that is actually, I would call, very important law of the universe, very important principles that most people don't even realize it. All right. And of course, celebration and gratitude. Hence, you see, I love celebrating all your wins. Okay. And this weekend that's coming up, we're going to be celebrating some of you, giving you guys some awards. Some of you have worked hard and implemented everything that we say, and we're seeing results, right? Especially, I don't want to mention who, but those who saw his video, right? I'm so excited to see the harvest and how great things are actually falling into place, right? So celebrate and always embrace that grateful kind of mentality, okay? And of course, I cannot say last, right? In fact, this should always be first. You must always, at every level, have a coach and a mentor that can guide you along the way. So that will be what I would say my roadmap to 100K. And if you want to know, we actually did that in 110 days. We actually did that in 110 days, which is very amazing. Which is very, very amazing. Okay. It's very achievable at the end of the day if you are very focused and you have a clear idea of your end game. That's exactly how you should be approaching everything in life, not just about wealth accumulation again, but today we're talking about money, right? All right. Okay, so thank you to our live participants, those of you who are watching in Matter Abundance group, right? Watching on Facebook Live, right? And those of you who are watching the replay on YouTube, thank you for joining in. Please leave a comment so that I can connect with you guys. The rest of you who are in the Zoom room, we'll be stopping the live stream now and we will continue with the session.